Hello, beloveds. I'm Joanna Heriter with Spacious Faith, and I'm here with a better late than never creative prayer practice for Easter. This will conclude the Spacious Lent series of creative prayer practices that I've done. And Easter Sunday has passed, but we are still in the Easter season. And so this is a creative prayer practice for the Easter season, or really any time. You will need some somewhat specialized supplies for this practice, so I'll let you know what those are, and you can pause then to gather them. We'll be using, if you've done the Spacious Lent practices, if you did the Holy Week practice, we will be using the cross that you made. If you haven't done that practice yet, you can take time and go back and do that, or you can just cut a cross out of a piece of cardstock, really any size that you like. And you will also need some squares of tissue paper. Mine are 1.5 inches. I think that'll work well. You'll need several of them, so find some fun, springy, Eastery colors, or any colors that you like, and cut up some squares of tissue paper. You will also need some glue, and you'll probably want something disposable, a paper plate or something to put the glue on, and a pencil, an old pencil with kind of a flat eraser end. So I'll give you a minute to gather the supplies before we get started with the prayer practice. So now that you have your supplies, you may have guessed what we're going to do. I got a little nostalgic. I'm probably dating myself here, but this is a project I remember doing in elementary school, where you take a square of tissue paper and you put it on the bottom. You kind of wrap it around the bottom of the pencil, and then dip it, get just a little bit of glue on the bottom there, and put it on your cross. Now you can either cover the front side of the cross that you have writing on, or if you want to leave that, what you did for Holy Week, to where you can read it and see it, you could flip your cross over and put the tissue paper on the back. But the idea is that you'll just glue all the colorful tissue paper all over the cross to make it a colorful kind of floral look to it. We are celebrating the Easter season and celebrating new life. And so I invite you, as you cover the cross with the colorful tissue paper, for each one you put on, give thanks for something life-giving in your life in particular, in the world more generally. And some of these things may be big things, like vaccines, like water. Some of them may be little things that are life-giving, maybe more for your spirit than necessarily literally life-giving, but things that bring you joy, maybe even a particular color that you like, or people in your life who are encouraging and loving. Take this prayer time as you add the tissue paper to your cross to give thanks for the many, many ways that you experience abundant life in this world. Okay, that was a lot of fun. It just brought back memories of when I was a kid doing these silly little crafts, but it's also very meditative. So I hope that you also had a good experience with this. I found, as I was thinking of things that give me life and energy and things that are life-giving in our world, I would think of one thing that would trigger thoughts of so many other things. And in this season, when I tend to hear a lot of negative news and get very discouraged, and I don't want to dismiss or take too lightly those things in the world that are difficult and the suffering that is happening, it's also good for my spirit to remember, to consider, to give God thanks for the many, many people who are generous and giving and working towards love and life, and to pray that I can be part of that energy, even as I give thanks for all that is life-giving that I see and experience in the world. I also offer prayers that I can be used by God to bring life and joy to other people as well. So I thank you so very much for joining me, however much of this creative prayer practice journey you have been on. And if you want to go back and do earlier practices that you missed, the links are all below. I have other prayer practices, reflections, a lot of worship material on my blog at spaciousfaith.com. I invite you to like and subscribe. I won't be doing videos as often. This was a special Lent series, but I do hope to pop on about once a month or so with a creative prayer practice. And I would love for you to join me in that. Blessings to you all in this holy Easter season.